Good morning friends. So welcome to my YouTube channel. So as usual we know that we have been discussing about the competitive exams, that's JEE, and it may be helpful for your state boards also, right? So we have finished many topics, right? We have seen trace, we have seen adjoint, we have seen conjugate of a matrix, all the things we have seen on adjoint and inverse. We have solved some problems also. Let's solve some problem on trace also. So today's problems are mainly dealt with trace and remaining small topics, right? So here they have given a particular matrix. Let A plus 2B is equal to this particular matrix 3 cross 3, and 2A minus B is also a 3 cross 3 matrix. Now what we need to find? Trace of A minus trace of B, right? That is what we need to find here. Trace of A minus trace of B. What is trace? Trace is sum of all the elements of principal diagonal. Sum of all the elements on principal diagonal. So now how to solve this one? We will see here. By seeing this one, trace of A minus trace of B, each and every one of you may think that it is only possible if we calculate matrix A and matrix B. So what will pop into your mind first is, let's calculate A, let's calculate B, let's find out the trace of A, let's find out the trace of B, right? So then it will be easy. That way you have almost everyone will think in that particular way, right? So that is true also. You can do in that particular way also. But apart from that also you have many different ways by which this can be solved. Alright. So there is no need, friends, there is no need to calculate matrix A and B. Right? Without calculating matrix A and B also, you can find trace A minus trace B by applying the properties of trace. Okay. So A plus 2B is given as 1, 2, 0, 6, minus 3, plus 3, minus 5, plus 3, 1. Okay, this is given matrix. So I can find trace of this whole thing, that is trace of A plus 2B. Trace of A plus 2B is what? Sum of all principal diagonal elements. 1 minus 3 plus 1. So this is what? 2 minus 3, that is minus 1. Right? So trace of A plus trace of 2B. So this is the property of trace. Trace A plus trace B is trace of A plus trace of B. So this I can write trace of A plus trace of 2B as equal to minus 1. Now this can be further written as trace of A plus 2 times trace of, we'll write it clearly, 2 times trace of B as equal to minus 1. You mark this as equation 1. Okay. So next given thing is 2A minus B as equal to 2 minus 1 5, 2 minus 1 6, 0 1 2. This is the given value. Okay. So similarly apply trace to all of this. Trace of 2A minus trace of B, right? Or initially we can write trace of 2A minus B as equal to, what is sum of principal diagonal elements? 2 minus 1 plus 2. So trace of 2A minus trace of B can be written as 4 minus 1 is 3. So this is 2 times trace of A minus trace of B is equal to 3. Mark it as equation 2. So now you can see trace of A plus 2 times trace of B is equal to minus 1. 2 times trace of A minus trace of B as equal to 3. So now we can eliminate any one value, either trace of B or trace of A, right? So adding both the equations, right? So if you add both the equations, then what happens? We should find trace of A minus trace of B, right? So trace of A I should get positive value, and for trace of B should be negative. So if I subtract 2 minus 1, if I subtract 2 minus 1, so what will be my value? Trace of 2 trace of A minus trace of A. It will be trace of A minus trace of B minus 2 times trace of B. So it will be what? Minus 3 times trace of B. So that is not possible, right? So I should eliminate anyone, that will be better, right? So let's eliminate trace of A or trace of B. So if you subtract, what is going to happen? So if I add what was there, here I will get 3 times trace of A, then plus trace of B will be available. 3 times trace of A plus trace of B will be available. So if I subtract, I will get trace of A, then 3 times trace of B. So adding or subtracting is hectic. So let eliminate any one of the things. Okay. So here 2 times trace of A is there, here trace of A is there. Let's eliminate that one, or let's eliminate trace B only, right? So equation 1 plus 2 times of equation 2, 2 into equation 2. So what we will get here? Equation 1 is trace A plus 2 into this one. 2 into 2 is 4 plus 1, 5. 5 times trace of A. Okay. Then 2 times trace of B plus minus 2 times trace of B. Right. So that will be eliminated. Will be equal to minus 1 as it is. Right. Plus 3 into 2 is how much? 6. 1 minus 6. Right. Sorry, minus 1 plus 6. Minus 1 plus 6. So we get this as equal to 5. 5 times trace A is equal to 5. Why? Because equation 1 we have trace A plus 2 times of trace A. 2 times of trace A here is 4 times of trace A plus trace A. 5 trace A. And here 2 trace B I am having minus 2 trace B. That will get cancelled. So trace B and trace B will get cancelled. Only what remains is 5 times of trace A. And here minus 1 as it is plus 2 times of this equation. 2 into 3 is 6. So minus 1 plus 6 is plus 5. 5 times trace A is 5. Trace of A is how much? 1. 5 times of trace A is 5. So trace A will be 1. Right? So next, what about trace B? So you can put it in anything. Right? From 2 times of trace A, 2 into 1 minus trace B is equal to 3. So that will be how much? Okay. 2 times of trace A minus trace B is 3. Right? So trace B if I take this side, and 2 if I bring, 3 if I bring on this side, trace B becomes positive, this plus 3 becomes negative. So 2 minus 3, that will be minus 1. Right? So trace A is 1, trace B is minus 1. So trace of A minus trace of B is equal to, trace of A is how much? 1 minus trace of B is minus 1, that is 2. So this will be the answer. Right? So here first we are directly applying the trace. Then here I got trace A plus 2 times of trace B. Here I got 2 trace A minus trace of B. Right? Those values I got. So then I use this particular form. 1 plus equation 2 into 2. Right? 1 plus equation 2 into 2. So 1 is what? Minus 1. So equation 1 is trace of A. 2 times of trace of A. 5 times trace of A. This trace B cancels. Is equal to minus 1 plus 2 into 3 is 6. Minus 1 plus 6. So 5 trace A is 5. So what is trace A? Trace A will be equal to 1. When trace A is 1, I used that in equation 2. Right? So then I got the value of trace B. I got the value of trace A. I got the value of trace B. Then I use this one, trace A minus trace B. Directly I can find out 1 minus of minus 1, that is plus 2. Okay, this is how you need to find the trace A minus trace B. I hope this is clear, right? So now have a moment, pause it and take a look at this. So friends, I hope you have understood that first problem. Let's see this second one. So they have given if A is equal to a 2 cross 2 matrix, that is P, Q, 0 and 1, then we are asked to show that A to the power 8 is P power 8 into Q into P power 8 minus 1 by P minus 1, 0, 1. Here there are no options, right? So here we need to prove it. Okay? So we need to prove that this particular matrix, if it exists, then A to the power 8 will be this one, right? So let's see how can be solved. Okay, so A is given as what? P, Q, 0, 1. Okay, so A square will be what? P, Q, 0, 1 into P, Q, 0, 1, right? This I can write P into P, this is P square, plus Q into 0 is 0, P into Q, PQ plus Q into 1, that is plus Q, 0 into 0 plus 1 into 0, that will be 0, 0 into Q is 0, 1 into 1 is 1. This is what? A square. So still it can be written as P square. Here I can take Q common. So if I take Q common, P plus 1, here 0, here 1, right? So this will be our A square, right? So similarly what we will do, we will try to find A cube. A cube is what? A square into A, that is nothing but A square, what we are having? P square, Q into P plus 1, then here 0, 1. Okay? So into, what is A? P, Q, 0, 1. Okay? So P square into P, P cube, plus this into 0 is 0, leave it. Here what we will get? QP, or I can write Q as it is, right? P plus 1 into, correct? See, P into P cube is 0, this into 0 is 0, so we got only P cube. Here P square into Q, P square Q plus Q into P plus 1, 0, 1. 0 into 0, 1 into 0 is 0, 0 into Q is 0, plus 1 into 1 is 1. P cube, right? So here if I take Q common, what will remain? P square plus P plus 1, 0, 1. What is this? This is A cube. Now A to the power 4 is how much? A cube into A cube is P cube, cube into P square plus P plus 1, 0, 1. Okay? Into, what is A? P, Q, 0, 1. This is A. This can be written as P cube into P, P to the power 4, right? Then this into 0 will be 0. Now P cube into P p to the power 4, right? Sorry, p cube into q, p cube q, and this into 1 is same thing, q into p square plus, wait a minute, p cube into p cube into q is p cube q, plus this into 1 is same thing, q into p square plus p plus 1. 0 into 0 p, 0, plus 1 into 0, 0, this will be 1, right? So I can write a to the power 4 as equal to p to the power 4. Here if I take q common, what will be left? P cube plus p square plus p plus 1, and here 1 and here 0, right? So if you observe this one, see, a is pq01. What is a square? P into this q into p plus 1. So here this q got multiplied with p plus 1, right? When we have taken a square. When we have taken a cube, this q remained as it is. What is the difference? P plus 1 is changed as p square plus p plus 1. So when I am taken a to the power 4, so this p square plus p plus 1, here it is quadratic, here it has become cubic. You can see p cube plus p square plus p plus 1. So when it was a square, it was q into p plus 1. It is linear. When here it is 2, here it is linear. That is highest power of this polynomial is 1. Here the power of a is 2. Here the power of polynomial which is multiplied to q is 1. Here 2, here 1. When we have taken a cube, here the power is 3. Here the highest power is 2. P square plus p plus 1. When we have taken a to the power 4, here power is 4. Here highest power is p cube plus p square plus p plus 1. Right? Similarly, okay, when I take a to the power 8, right, a to the power 8, what happens to this? Q will be as it is, okay. So we get p to the power 7 plus p to the power 6 plus so on up to p plus 1, right? So this part will become this way, p to the power 7 plus p to the power 6 plus so on up to p plus 1, right? Okay. Now what about other elements? See, here it is p for a square it has become p square, for a cube it has become p cube, for a to the power 4 it has become p to the power 4. So here for a to the power 8 it will become p to the power 8, and whatever is the other thing, here also we have 0 1, for a square also 0 1, for a cube also 0 1, for a to the power 4 also 0 1, so for a to the power 8 also it will be 0 1, right? So this is our a to the power 8, but what we have to prove? We have to prove it as equal to p to the power 8 minus 1 divided by p to the power 1. So now just have a little bit work out. What is p to the power 8 minus 1, right? So p to the power 8 minus 1 can be written as p to the power 4 whole square minus 1. So then this can be written as p to the power 4 minus 1 into p to the power 4 plus 1, right? And similarly this can be written as p square minus 1 into p square plus 1 into p to the power 4 plus 1, and p square minus 1 can be written as p minus 1 into p plus 1, and this p square plus 1 as it is, p to the power 4 plus 1 as it is. Now this is p minus 1, so if I work it out, what I will get? P into p square, p cube, p into 1 plus p square plus 1 into p to the power 4 plus 1, right? So if I work it out, if I solve this, so what will I get? P to the power 7 plus p to the power 6 plus so on up to p plus 1, right? So if I multiply these two things, if I open the bracket here, p minus 1 will be as it is. It will become p to the power 7 plus p to the power 6 plus so on up to p plus 1. Right? So if you compare this one, if you check, it is nothing but what we have got here. P square, p to the power 7, p to the power 6, p to the power so on. Right? But what are we having here? We are having p minus 1. Right? So if I divide this throughout by p minus 1, if I divide it throughout by p minus 1, then what happens? This p minus 1 and p minus 1 will be cancelled. Is that clear? P minus 1 and p minus 1 will be cancelled. Then what remains here? P to the power 7, p to the power so on up to what? Or this particular thing, whatever we are having it here. Right? So if I multiply and divide to this, if I multiply and divide by p minus 1 and p minus 1, this is what our equation inside here. If I multiply and divide, if I multiply and divide p minus 1, then what I will get? P to the power 8 minus 1 divided by p minus 1. P to the power 8 minus 1 is this whole numerator divided by p minus 1. So this can be taken as p to the power 8 minus 1 divided by p minus 1. Right? So what will be p to the power 8 minus 1? This whole thing, numerator, divided by p minus 1, this thing. Correct? So p to the power 8 minus 1 is this whole denominator. Try to understand here, this whole denominator. P to the power 8 minus 1 whole divided by p minus 1 will be what? Both cancels, and what remains? This inside. Right? So this inside value can be written as p to the power 8 minus 1 divided by p minus 1. So inside value is written as p to the power 8 minus 1 by p minus 1. So I hope this part is very much clear to you people. Right? So the answer will be this one. We have proved it. Is that clear? So don't get confused once you get here. Right? So if I multiply and divide p minus 1 and p minus 1, if I multiply p minus 1, I will get p to the power 8 minus 1 in the numerator. So only I cannot multiply. If I divide p minus 1, then that p minus 1 will be remaining in the numerator, in the denominator as it is. That is, here multiplying p minus 1 and dividing by p minus 1. Then dividing by p minus 1 remain as it is. If whatever I have multiplied, that if I take inside and simplify, I will get p to the power 8 minus 1. You can see here. We got this p minus 1 and this thing that was here. Right? If you go back, we will get p to the power 8 minus 1. So I hope this thing is very much clear. So now have a moment, pause the video, take a look at this. Friends, let's move on to the next problem. Here what they have given, the matrix R of t is defined as cos t sin t minus sin t cos t. Then show that R of s into R of t is equal to R of s plus t. Okay. So previous problem was little bit, at the end you should do some calculations, but here it is quite simple. Right. What is that? The matrix is function of t. R of t means is what? The matrix R is function of t. Right? When it is function of t, it is what? Cos t, sin t, minus sin t and cos t. Right? What we need? R of s into R of t. Should be pronounced as R of s plus t. What is R of s? This particular matrix when it is the function of s. When matrix R is function of s, then what happens? Cos s, sin s, minus sin s and cos s. If you multiply the same matrix when it is function of s and when it is function of t, both the matrix, if you multiply, you should get the matrix which is function of s plus t, which is function of s plus t. Right? So we'll see how it can be solved. Okay. R of t is given by what? Cos t, sin t, minus sin t, cos t. Okay. And R of s will be what? Cos s, sin s, minus sin s, cos s. And R of s plus t will be how much? Cos of s plus t, sine of s plus t minus sine of s plus t and cos of s plus t. These things for your remembrance, right? So there's no need to write everything everywhere. If this is there, if you remember this one, is more than sufficient, right? So now what will be r of s into r of t? It will be r of s is what? Cos of s sine of s minus sine of s cos of s into r of t. R of t is given by cos t sine t minus sine t cos t. Okay, so this will be cos of s into cos of t, cos of s into cos of t. Okay, this into this plus this into this. Here minus is there, so minus sine of s into sine of t. This into this plus this into this. Now if I multiply here what I will get? Cos of s into sine of t, right? Then plus sine of s into cos of t, right? This into this plus this into this. Now this into this minus sine of s into cos of t, right? Minus cos of s into sine of t, and here minus sine of s into sine of t plus cos of s into cos of t, right? This is how we will get when we multiply these two matrices. Now what is cos of s into cos of t minus sine of s into sine of t? This resembles the formula cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. That is cos of a plus b. So here I can write this as cos of s plus t, right? And what is cos a sin b minus sin a cos b plus sin a cos b? That is sin of a plus b. Sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. That is sin of a plus b. There is nothing but sin of s plus t. Now once again, if I take minus out, so minus will come out, this will be in the bracket, right? Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. That is sin of a plus b. Minus will be out, sin of s plus t. And here cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Cos a cos b minus sin a sin b is cos of a plus b, right? That is cos of s plus t. Okay, so this is what we got. This is what? R of s into r of t. But what is this r of s into r of t? This resembles r of s plus t. So there is nothing but r of s plus t. This is how we have to prove it. Okay, so I hope you have understood this one. So now pause the video as usual. Take a note of this. So friends, I hope you have understood this one. Okay, so we have solved many problems. In today's session we have solved 3 problems which are totally different. They are different from each other. They are not similar. We have solved many problems, and that is how you need to go for it, right? So the more and more problems you practice, more and more you will be perfect. Alright, you have many publications. You can refer different publications for your JEE, so you can solve as many number of problems. So if at all if you are not getting any problem, you let me know about that. I'll get back to you. Okay. So for this we'll wind up the session here. Alright. So we'll continue the session in the next. We'll continue these concepts in the next session. Till then, you keep trying. Take care. Goodbye.